everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Anubori Shade. If this is your first time here, you're welcome. On today's very special video and episode, I have someone here, and together we'll be discussing a very sensitive topic, which is identity crisis, depression, and suicide. Alright, so his name is Emmanuel, and can you introduce yourself? Alright, so to begin this discussion, this very short discussion, there's a lot going on right now in the world with young people being involved with suicide.
And suicide rates.
The suicide rate is high, very high. Depression being the cause. Depression being the root cause. But then we know that depression is not just the root cause. It's not the root cause. There is something that is causing the depression. There's a deeper root. There's the tap root. There is something that is causing the depression that ends up causing the suicide. So I want us to discuss the depression. You actually would not blame people for going into becoming depressed. There are a lot of situations causing depressed. A lot, but today we're just going to be talking about identity crisis, because I know that is one of the reasons why young people especially go into depression. So can you just talk to us very briefly about identity crisis, and just talk to us about the identity crisis?
Depression is caused by identity crisis.
Yeah.
What's identity crisis? Identity crisis is not knowing who you are, not knowing your purpose for life, not having a clear vision of what your life is for. I think that's the identity crisis. Not sure.
Yeah, that's true. So before you were saying something about purpose, that if a person doesn't know about purpose, that purpose gives identity. When you understand your purpose and you have a vision, you're able to focus and know, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do. But the reason why most people go into depression is because they don't know who they are. Okay, so because they don't know who they are, they just that your purpose gives you fulfillment. You want to feel like there is a purpose for which I'm here. That feeling of I'm not just supposed to be here, just be here, sleep, wake up, eat, go out, go to work, make money. Also, like they say, also there is a purpose. So I think at some point, every one of us comes to that point where you look at yourself and say, there has to be more to my life than this. So when people get to that point and they find out that there's nothing, then they go into depression and I think something else that causes depression is people comparing themselves. Yeah, which social media has helped to has blown up. Okay, so you see this celebrity that is about your age, that is doing this big thing, that is on a yacht, that is driving Lamborghini is not the latest car now. It is Rolls Royce or any of these big cars, Porsche and all of that. And then you start to look at yourself and you're still somewhere. You're still trying to. Don't let me say this, but let me put it this way. You're still trying to push and make ends meet. But then there is this other person that is doing very well. And the thing about social media is that they don't show you everything. They only show you what they want you to see. So this has actually caused a lot of things, a lot of depression, people getting into depression. I for one, I won't say that I've gone into full depression before, but there are some times when I look at myself, I look at what I'm doing, I look at what I'm supposed to be doing, and I just feel there's just this overwhelming feeling of that, you're not doing enough, and that kind of, and then it now drops my yes, drops the containers. But the greater level of that containers dropping is the depression part. So, but can we define what depression is?
Depression is like sadness. I think it's more of sadness and a really soul kind of situation.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, that's
so depression actually is about the feeling of a person. Your, like you said, containers. So we see this very joyful person, this person that is always excited, and then suddenly person withdraws back. Yeah. So, but the long term of this is suicide, where people kill themselves because they feel like, what's the point of living? What's the point of
why
being
continue
here?
with
Why
sadness?
continue with it? Because We
Why
feel
not
like,
just end it?
well, let's just end this thing now. This thing is not, there's nothing happening. Let's just end it. Now, then there was someone that said, a very respectable pastor of mine said something that when a man commits suicide, the person has given up on God. Like you've literally said, God cannot help me. I am done. That is the end. That is what suicide is. So, but we understand that when a man commits suicide, you are like you're taking your own life, quite all right, but you did not create yourself. So why should you want to commit suicide? But like we said in the beginning of the video, that suicide, depression is a cause of suicide. Yes, one of the causes of suicide. In fact, the major cause of suicide. But there is an underlay cause of depression, which is, like we said, identity crisis and people comparing themselves. Okay, yeah, comparisons. So there was a point when I hope this is okay. There was a point when you were undergoing something like this, and I personally I knew about it, and you came out of it successfully. So can you share with somebody that is watching, that is probably going through something like that, or someone that will see this video that will probably say something like that? How did you scale through it? Because it takes a lot of faith for someone to come out of depression. But the thing is that people are not connected to something that can help them come out of it. So because they are withdrawn, they stay away from anything else that can actually help. So how did you come out of depression and these things?
The main thing is to understand why you are in existence. The reason why you are alive.
Yeah.
And that was the major change that took place. I started to understand with the wisdom of the Bible, the wisdom of God, that I was made for a purpose, for God's glory, using my gifts and my talents. So now I've been chasing His glory, and His glory, not my glory. Yet. So now that's basically that's it.
Okay, so you're saying now that when a person understands purpose, then depression is not an option.
It won't show it.
It won't. Yeah.
If you know the reason why, and you're getting at
and you're working towards it, so it's one thing to know, it's another thing to pursue it. That's right. So like you said, like you heard him, understand your purpose, and it's from a place of your personal relationship with God, talking with God, studying His word, because God's word is His thoughts, clothes with vocabulary given to us to understand Him and understand His thoughts towards a particular subject. So when you understand God's word, you get to know your purpose and you pursue that purpose, and then depression will not be an option. It is actually very saddening and alarming to find young people being involved in depression and ending up committing suicide. Okay, so our final word to be, understand your purpose, and if you already understand and know your purpose, pursue it, go for it, because that is actually all that matters in this world. It's not just about getting the cars, driving the latest cars, or living in the best houses, or owning a particular degree. It's about, yes, all these things are actually a means to an end. They are not the end in themselves. Okay, so understand your purpose and go for it with everything that is within you, and then you would be fine. Really, you'll be fine. So what's your last word? One last word for somebody that is watching, for everyone that is watching.
I think it always says that submit yourself to God, and He will lift you up at the right time. That's just submit to God.
Just yield yourself. Just release yourself.
Yield yourself. God shows you how far with your life. God shows you what your life is for. So why not you just submit to His wisdom, His authority, and just await the lifting up. So that's a wrap up.
So submit to God. Give yourself to God. Give yourself to His thoughts, His wisdom, His power, His spirit, the way He does things. Okay, and you would definitely come up with a testimony. So thank you all so much for watching this very short video. Thank you, Emmanuel, for doing this video with us. Thank you so much. All right, so please do kindly remember to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Kindly share this video. Make sure you share it. All right, so thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.